Favorite one is the black guy talking about Yahweh, where the local ABC newscaster goes out, and it's going to be one of those, this guy thinks that he can conjure UFOs, and they go out with him, and he conjures an orb. Did you ever see that one?
No.
That's like an incredible. That's like one of my favorite.
Where's
of
that?
Those videos, and the newscaster's like, literally they see him calling his. I think it's like an NBC affiliate or an ABC affiliate somewhere. Jamie can probably find it. But if it's, he literally calls his boss, the newscaster's like, the story's turned out a little differently than I thought. It's like one of my favorites. I'm sure you could say, it's a balloon or whatever, but like comes in and out. I mean, it's really, and it comes right as he's calling it.
That's the weird thing is I've talked to multiple people that have actually done this.
Oh, that
have gone out with these, air quotes, experts. And you go out to some deserted area and you call these things.
There's a second guy, white guy, that also does it. And Reuters did a whole story on him because apparently there's a whole bunch of people around that they saw it. And of course, Jake Barber, who's this former, contractor, helicopter pilot contractor for Special Forces, announced that he was going to go and conjure UFOs and bring one down.
They're here. They're just sitting right up there.
We met up with Prophet Yahweh, seer of Yahweh, at Doolittle Park off Lake Mead. We picked the day, we picked the time, and we picked the location.
Everyone's going to think you're absolutely nuts.
Well, I thought I was absolutely nuts.
Until he says he saw UFOs. Over the years, 1,500 of them.
Can we make it 1,501 today? What do you think?
I'll try it.
He says the voice in his head told him to go public now. So we took him up on his offer, and we scanned the skies. Nothing but a few clouds. When the prophet started praying for a sighting, I wasn't exactly convinced.
I pray, oh Yahweh, that you send a sighting so that they know that I am not mentally ill. I am not a false prophet, like those who seek to kill me say I am.
Oh, people are trying to kill him?
Oh, brother, look at it. There it is.
You can barely see it, a white speck. Then another sighting.
There it is. I got it.
Photojournalist Jonathan Hawkins locks in on it. Let's take a closer look here. It's an orange sphere that appeared out of nowhere. I call the boss with an unexpected change in my story.
I can see it clear as day. In fact, it's bright.
I can't believe this.
It's moving pretty fast.
It's going to Nellis Air Force Base. It wants to be seen.
We called Nellis to see what these things might be. Guess what? They didn't call us back. But this thing started coming back toward us.
It's coming toward us now, I think.
What?
See, it's coming up toward us.
Whoa, man! Oh, hallelujah!
Then, a few seconds later, it disappeared.
It's going back up in space.
Prophet Yahweh isn't concerned. He says it'll be back.
I would take this more seriously if that guy didn't have your reporter voice.
It's amazing. This is part of the charm of it. I think it's. I love it because I don't think it's going to convince any skeptics. But it's like one of the few things in our world where it inspires a set of like wonder and a set of awe. And for those of us that struggle with our faiths, it's inspiring because it is sort of a spiritual. Like, I mean, he calls himself Yahweh, right? So it wasn't about like gray aliens or whatever. Right. It was just something else. And that's what I mean about like why more Valet. His work explains all of this much better than the sort of the extraterrestrial hypothesis did, and he's had that since '68.
Well, I think what he does best is not explain it.
Yeah,
he doesn't. I mean? He's like, there really isn't an explanation, but here's what we know.
He calls it a control system, though.
Yeah,
which is sort of like I asked Diana. I was like, how is that different from God? Because he's sort of a control system that is his view is that there's a control system that's evolving human consciousness, and it will manifest different things or in relation with humans over time. And so he looks at the apparition, the Maria or Saint Mary apparitions in Spain, and the airships of the late 19th century, where people saw these things that look like Zeppelins, even though they hadn't been invented yet. All of these things, he says, his view is they're sort of being produced in some relationship as well with our culture. That's Valet's argument. And that sounds a lot like God in some ways when you say control system.
Right. What does that mean? Like, is it a higher life form that is monitoring us? Like that's the secular version of religion for a lot of these people that are really interested in aliens. Like that there's some advanced being that's making sure we don't fuck everything up completely.
Certainly for me, that's my interest. I mean, like again, this anthropologist Lerman, she says, William James is this famous Harvard psychologist who wrote a book about the varieties of the religious experience in 1902. And he says everybody wants to kind of be like, is it real or not real? Is like this world just what we see? And he says, I think there's something more. There's not. So this very, skeptic or debunker thing, which is like, oh no, it's just got to be that thing's got to be a bird, or it's like, well, but it really, you haven't just calling it that. And as they point out, it's like they showed up when they wanted to. I mean, it's a pretty amazing. If it's just a coincidence, it's a really amazing one. And so I think for me, it's like, because I am a Christian, and it is hard to believe in an all-powerful and all-good God, because he obviously allowed the Holocaust to occur and allows terrible things to occur. But I love that segment, and there's another one I love right now. It's like a British woman in the 50s doing an interview about seeing what she calls a Mexican hat UFO over her house. And the kids saw it, and everybody in the village made fun of her and they ridiculed her, and she's like, I saw it and it was real. And it was like, it's like, those are spiritual experiences, I think. So I don't know that, like, I want the files released from the government. Yeah. I'm also skeptical that it's going to tell us what it is, because I think at some level we're not supposed to get much more information about what it is. I think something else is going on, or maybe it's having a positive effect. Sometimes people get really mad at UFO believers, like skeptics get really like angry, like how do they, they're so, whatever, they get so mad. And I'm always like, but like, how often do you see them causing real harm or problems? I mean, we had one cult where they, like a few people killed themselves, but for the most part,
they cut their balls off first.
Yeah, great. So, UFO, like for the most part, people that are interested in UFOs are dreamy seekers, they're spiritual, and I think it's, I think it's wrong to. I think it's lovely and wonderful, and it reminds us of, that we're small. On the one hand, we're humble about our knowledge, and there's just surrounded by mystery. I mean, so much of your career and this platform has been to allow us to talk about things that are unexplained, and or where the explanations don't really seem to explain it. There's something more, as William James would say, there's something more. And I think that the denial of anything more, this idea that, we know everything and we know we don't know anything.